Hey everybody. If you guys log on, can you let me know if you can hear me? I asked because I just tried to set up this and it said I muted it. And so I don't know if I actually muted it or not. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay. Hi Jackie. Hi Melissa. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. You can hear me? Okay. I think. Yes. Okay, good. Just saw the first comment. Yes, you can hear me. Great. Perfect. Hi, everybody. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm excited. Want to know who's watching it? Swipe left to see viewers. Okay. I'm very excited for this talk today, and I hope that I'm going to make it through without blowing my nose. So you'll have to disregard my how nasally I sound. I apologize. But Amy, oh hi. I'm going to get so distracted by these comments, so I'm going to try and not look at them. I'll have to go back and read them later. So I get the privilege of talking to you today about owning your future with Jamberry. But while we're waiting for people to get on the call, I thought first we could talk about a couple things. Let's talk about my manicure because we all want to know what everyone's wearing. This is Changing Lanes from the Style Box. I just put it on. Isn't it wonderful? I love it. And I didn't realize, maybe you guys did, that the red is like a, why can't I think of it? A sparkle wrap. Isn't that fun? And how many of you are liking the new Style Box? I'm loving our new Style Box. It is so fun. I love picking all the wraps and choosing them. And bonus, now we can wear our wraps. Like I just put these on, and in the past you'd put them on, and if you marketed them, it didn't matter because no one could get them. But now everybody can get old wraps, old Style Box wraps, in future Style Boxes. So I can market this, and next month my girls can get this if they want it. So I love that. Okay. So as we get started, I want to just say a thank you first to all of you guys for joining. Super glad that you're able to be a part of this talk right now. I'd like to also thank all of our speakers this week who are giving of their time and energy to talk with us. I am like loving hearing what everyone has to say and can't wait that we still have a whole week left of training. And I want to say a special thank you to Rachel Bennington, who helped coordinate a lot of these details and put together this training. So super thanks to everyone. Okay, let's get started on my talk. Oh, I also had to laugh because if you guys caught Tara Webb's talk, and she said that before she does something that she's nervous about, she'll get like revved up with music. I have to tell you, the three things I do, well, I get nervous about like doing talks like this, or doing like, if ever I make a YouTube video or I go live for my team, I do three things, and these are like my pump up things. I brush my teeth, I put on lip gloss, and then I put on perfume, which is so funny because today I like literally can't smell it. I mean, I can actually breathe through my nose today. I'm able to breathe, and I'm breathing it. I can't even smell it. So that's kind of funny. But anyway, nobody, you guys, you know, it doesn't matter if I brush my teeth or if I put perfume on because you're not with me. You can't, you know, it makes no difference. But for some reason it helps me. So that's like that's my equivalent of my pump up music. Okay. Okay, so let's start. I have 5 tips for you today for how to own your business with Jamberry, how to take ownership of your business. So my first tip is to start to work like your dream rank. So first, if you're going to start to work like your dream rank, you have to identify what your dream rank is. So for me, when I first started with Jamberry, I did not aspire or set any goals for any ranks, like any promotions, because when I joined, thought that it was impossible to promote. I was like, how can you ever get these numbers? How can you get those recruits? How can you get that much TRV or PRV? So I never set any goals because I was like, yeah, nobody gets this stuff. But then as I started promoting and getting those promotions and ranks, I was like, oh my gosh, I guess you actually can get this. And so by the time I hit team manager, I was like fully convinced. I'm like, okay, I think you can actually achieve these ranks. It took that long for me to like really buy into our compensation plan. So once I bought into it, I set my first goal, which was hitting executive. And I ranked as an executive in June. So that at the time, when I was a team manager, my dream rank was executive. And then now that I'm an executive, my dream rank is elite executive, which I mean, I think it'll take me like 15 years to hit, but I don't care. I just do this for fun and I'm committed and I won't stop. So point being, you need to identify what your dream rank is. Once you identify what your dream rank is, are you guys, is the video working right now? Can someone confirm that you see me? I'm seeing feedback, a little bit of feedback that the video is not working. I just want to make sure before I continue. Anybody? Oh, geez. Oh, good. You see me. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Thanks, Don. Okay. So identify your dream rank and then start to work towards it. So what I mean by that is find out what the requirements are for that rank. And like, let's say you're an advanced consultant and you want to be a team manager, find out what team managers require and start working that now. So start getting the PRV that they need now. Start looking for the active legs that they need now. You do not need to wait until you rank at that to start making that your monthly goal. So what I mean is if you're an advanced consultant, shoot bigger. You know, don't say, okay, I want to start working the rank of senior consultant. Although senior consultant is going to be your next rank, dream bigger. Pick team manager and then start to go after that rank requirement. So, and just like a general broad thing, if you do 900 PRV and 2 recruits per month, that is like a great goal to shoot for. I personally try and double the rank requirements. So for an executive, you know, it requires 700 PRV. So I want to be hitting 1400 PRV every month. So things like that. Anyway, so start to work your dream rank. Get good at the basics of your personal business. So that means get good at booking parties, running parties, getting sales, get good at recruiting, and get good at training your recruits. So get good at the basics of your personal business. So you want to have your personal business like a well-oiled machine. Like you know what you're doing, you're working that part as you think about your dream rank. Okay? Tip number 2, act and embody your dream rank. So what this means is to act and embody your dream rank. If you are wanting to be a team manager one day, start to act like a team manager now. Like even if you don't have anyone on your team, start acting like a team manager if that's the rank that you want. So even back when I had like a much smaller team, I started doing team incentives because I knew I wanted my team to grow in their sales. I wanted my team to grow in their recruiting. So I started offering team incentives, like giving little prizes each month for them doing things. So start acting like it now. I think for me, I thought that I had to, like you kind of almost feel like you're not an executive until you hit the executive rank. You won't get to be an executive unless you start acting like an executive now. That's what like, I think for me is something I've learned. It's like, so I need to start acting like an elite executive like yesterday because I want to be an elite executive. So you don't need to wait until you hit that rank to start acting like it. Just start doing the things that you think that rank would do and do it now. So start being a leader. Start coming up with ways to lead your team. Do team incentives. Do coaching. Do trainings. Impart what you have learned to your team. Even if you have one person on your team, start doing this, okay? And even look at other leaders and start to emulate them. So if you're thinking, well, what do executives do? What does an elite executive do? I have a great idea. Reach out to them and find out, and then start doing it. Okay, tip number 3, be comfortable in your business. Okay, so this could get a little dicey. I'm gonna bring home a challenge to everybody. Be comfortable in your business. Something that I have seen that we struggle with is we will apologize for what we do in our business. Okay, so an example of this would be, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this, but making a post on Facebook about your business, whatever it is, and starting it off with something like, I try not to make posts like this on my personal page, but I was just so excited about the product that I had to share. You just apologized at the beginning for what you were about to share. And I want to challenge you, get comfortable with your business that you don't need to apologize for what you're doing. If you feel a need to apologize for what you're doing, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. So that's one thing to think about. If you genuinely feel like you have to apologize for what you're about to do, don't do it. On the back end, or on the other side of things, I would say own your business, be comfortable with it, and boldly make that post. And don't apologize for it. If you're excited about a product, be excited. No excuses, no apologies, okay? So be comfortable in your business. Another thing that I have noticed that we struggle with is planting seeds of negativity. How many of you do this? I'm definitely at fault with this. So what I mean by that is, let's say you go to message someone about booking a party and you want to see if they want to book a party with you. You maybe start your message off with something like, I don't mean to bother you, but do. Or maybe you'll say, I hope this doesn't annoy you, but I'd like to ask you to book a party with me. Or maybe something like, I'm guessing you'll probably say no, but I'd like to see if you're interested in yada, yada, yada. Okay? So what we're doing there is you are immediately planting a seed of negativity in that person's mind. So you're making an assumption. First of all, you're making an assumption that they are annoyed with you, that they're bothered by you, and that they're going to say no. So we shouldn't make assumptions about what people are going to be doing. We should just offer the opportunity, whether it's a party, it's joining our team, offer the opportunity. And sorry, I'm sweating watching you in that vest. I'm in my basement and my basement's freezing. Sorry, I'm trying not to get distracted by the comments, but that was hilarious. Okay. Oh geez, I'm sorry. Yeah, so totally lost my train of thought now. This is why I'm like looking at the one little dot on my phone that's like where the camera is. So I'm just like focus on the dot. Oh my gosh. Seeds of negativity. Yeah, yes. Okay. So you don't want to do that, because what you're doing is, oh yeah, you don't want to assume. That's right. You don't want to assume what other people think or what they're doing, what they're going to do, how they're going to respond to you. You want to give people the opportunity and let them choose. Let them decide for themselves what they're going to do with what you present to them. Don't give them their answer before they have an answer. And by planting seeds of negativity, someone who maybe wasn't annoyed, someone who maybe wouldn't have said no, now goes, should I be annoyed? Should I say no? Like you're like giving them that. So even like when you're doing your posts on Facebook, when you're, reaching out to people, when you're talking about your business to people face to face, get rid of the negative. Don't plant that in their mind in the beginning, because that's just like our own insecurity coming out, and we're kind of like putting that on them. So I just want to recommend, be comfortable in your business. So my 4th tip is to be proactive in your business. And I really love this tip. This one I'm very, very passionate about. So don't let your results determine your conclusions about things. I'll say that again. Don't let your results determine your conclusions about things. So an example, how many of us go through a time where we struggle to book parties. And you're like, this is a drought. I've literally not booked a party in weeks, or maybe you feel like I messaged like 100 people, like not kidding, 100 people and got 0 bookings. Like how many of you have ever done that? Well, there are 2 ways you can handle that situation. You can let the results, no party bookings, determine your conclusion being, well, I guess my jam journey is done. I remember when I first started, the first probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 months, I lived like that. You can ask my husband, you can ask my sponsor, Amy. I constantly was like, I can't book parties. Like, I guess it's done. I guess, and I thought, it's been a fun run. This has been fun, but it's probably the end. And I kept thinking that way. That was my mind. It was very like set negatively on it to look at the results and to draw conclusions from them. And somewhere along the line, it shifted for me to where I bought into the dream and I started believing that this was possible. And when I started believing that this was actually possible, that advancing in this company was possible, that moving up in rank was possible, I stopped saying, well, maybe it's over. Like when something didn't work out well, I stopped saying, well, I guess this is over for me. And I started saying, okay, well, this is a problem. I have a problem. How can I find a solution to this? So there are 2 different ways to look at it. You can either say, because I can't do this, then it's over and I'm stopping doing it and it must be a sign. It must be a sign that it's over. Or you had a little adversity, you had a bump in the road. Like just if you believe that it's possible, you're going to approach that problem a whole lot differently than if you think the problem is your conclusion. So don't sit back and accept what's thrown at you. Decide to get up and go change your circumstance. So what I would say is, I can't even read my own handwriting. Oh yeah. Okay. So one thing that I would do, is to believe with me. I want to challenge you to believe with me that there is always a solution. There is always a solution. And I actually believe this like in pretty much everything in life now. And I think Jamberry has really helped sharpen and refine that in me, especially in other areas in life. But I deeply believe there is always a solution. So for instance, if my party model isn't working anymore, I'm like, there's a solution to this. I just have to find it. There's always something new you can try. There's always something new you can do. You just might have to put a little elbow grease in and go find it. And for someone who believes there's always a solution, you're going to approach all of your problems differently and you're going to just continue. They're not going to hang you up and paralyze you and cause you to stop working your business. They're going to drive you to work harder to find that solution. So one thing is identify problems. This is still under be proactive. Identify problems and then find the solutions. Do this in your personal business and do this with your team. So you can even take some brainstorming time later, sit down and look at your business and say, what are my problems right now? What am I struggling with? Okay, so look at your dream rank. What's your dream rank? What do you need to get that dream rank? Look at your business now. Do you have those things? If you don't have those things, ask yourself, why don't you have those things? What is the problem? If you're not getting the PRV, why? Why are you not getting the PRV? What's the problem there? Is it your party model? Is it your hosts aren't participating and they need more coaching? So then you need to learn how to be a better coach. Are you not getting enough people into your parties? Well, how can you get to the root of that to fix the situation to get more people in your parties? Do you need to incentivize people more? There's always a solution. So identify your problems, look for solutions, and try and do this with your team too. What does my team need help with? What are they struggling with? You know what? I'm going to go to bat for my team. I'm going to try and find a solution and I'm going to bring it back to them. And I'm going to try and train and coach them in it. A great way to find solutions that I want to encourage you in is to become a networker in this community. I think so often we get trapped in our little jam bubbles where you either maybe just talk to your sponsor, Maybe you talk to the level above them. You might have like one jam friend. Like, get outside of your jam bubble, break out of it, start networking, because we have some phenomenal women in this company. You have people next to you in this company that are like your sisters. You have your whole lineage in your upline. Like, don't feel nervous to go left and right and up and down and to network with other people. Find people who are at the rank you want to be at and ask them what they're doing. And with that, what I would say is, if you reach out and you start networking, be a good question asker. If you're going to reach out to someone and ask them what they're doing in their business, I guarantee you, if you're not asking good questions, you're probably not going to get good answers, because it's overwhelming if someone says, "What are you doing in your business that's good?" It's like, then they're like, gosh, where do I even begin with that? But a specific question about, like, what are 3 things that you do in your parties that you think bring in more sales? Okay, now that's a really specific question. That's going to help the person you're asking give you a more specific answer. So be a good question asker. The other thing I would recommend, as you approach people and you're networking with people in this company to find out solutions to your problems, go to them with questions. Don't go to them with statements. So how many times do you maybe go to someone and just say, "I can't book parties"? Well, that's a statement. You need to turn that statement into a question. What's your best tip for booking a party? Go to the person with a question. Don't come to them with a statement. So that's one thought. As you look to be proactive, don't let your results determine your conclusions, and then get out there and find solutions to your problems. All right. Tip number 5 is to be confident. This one's tough, huh? This one's tough, and this hits home for me because I definitely struggle with this. So, and this definitely plays on Tara Webb's talk as well, but kind of believing in yourself. But be confident. So back in March of 2016, I had the joy of having a coaching call with Rachel Hughes, which was amazing. Rachel gave up her time to me. I'm not even in her downline. So it was phenomenal. Shout out to you, Rachel. And something that we had talked about, one of the things she'd asked me as we were discussing my team and my business, she said, "Do you ever do trainings for your team? Like, have you ever done a training for your team? Have you ever shared with them tips, like what you do with your business?" And I was like, no. Now, I want you to know, at this time in my business, I was a senior team manager, and I had 330 people in my downline. And if it was March of 2016, I had roughly been working with Jamberry almost 2 years. 2 years, senior team manager, 330 people on my team, had never once done a training with my team. Why did I not do a training with my team? Because I thought I had nothing to offer my team. Confidence issue, right? So, Rachel is so sweet because I feel like she saw in me what I didn't see in myself, and saw that I had the ability to coach and lead my team. So she just spoke to me and was very frank and said, "You need to unleash the beast." How funny is that? That's what she told me. And I'm like, what? What beast? And she's like, you have what you need to like give to your team. Like, you just need to free yourself to unleash the beast. So I want to charge all of you to unleash the beast inside of you. And what I mean by that is, give yourself freedom to act confidently. Give yourself freedom to do trainings, to coach your teams, to do coaching calls, and to coach your hosts. Like, give yourself freedom to unleash the beast in this business and to have that freedom. You have value and you have valuable things to give to people. So don't let your insecurities keep you from doing that. Whether you don't have anyone in your team, you have one person on your team, you have 300 people on your team, give yourself the freedom to start acting confidently. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, that's great if I could act confidently, but to act confidently, you kind of have to feel confident. So, like, what do I do if I don't feel confident? And this is where I would just say, and what I apply to myself, just fake it till you make it. That's what I do. Fake it till you make it, because it's kind of just like a pair of shoes that's brand new and you put them on, you're like, this is so uncomfortable, like leather or whatever. And then you wear it for a long time, again, and then they become your favorite shoes. And if they're leather, you probably could own them for like 20 years. And you're like, you know, they're super comfortable. It's my go-to shoe. Like, I love them. Well, it didn't start out like that because you probably got blisters. It probably was uncomfortable. So I think that's the case with being confident. If you're not confident and you're approaching things like the fake it till you make it, then you may have to do it several times for you to get comfortable with it. So for me, making videos on my YouTube channel, kind of had to fake that till I made it. Like, now I'm a little bit more comfortable doing a training like this. I'm a little bit more comfortable because I've gone live on my team page several times now. Now, if this was my first time doing it, like back when I did it my first time, it's like, you know, super uncomfortable, feels awkward, doesn't feel like it's me, like it's not me. Well, once you do it 20 times, then it starts to feel like, yeah, this is what I do, you know? So you start to get confident in it. And then just remember that confidence is contagious. And confidence breeds confidence. So when you first join in Jamberry, you're kind of having to, especially when you start recruiting, you have to like believe in yourself, believe in your team, your non-existent team, because you probably don't have a team when you first join. Some of you may not have a team right now, and you're wanting to build a team, but you feel so unconfident because you're like, what can I give these people when they join my team? Because I've never had team members. And that's where I say, fake it till you make it. Like, you have stuff to bring to them. So just be confident, and your confidence in yourself and what you can bring to the table is going to make future teammates feel confident in you and confident in themselves. So it's going to breed confidence to them if they see you being confident. So those are my main tips for how you can own your business with Jamberry. And basically, just to sum it up, I think it's just about like really taking ownership, not sitting back and letting things happen and drawing conclusions from it, but analyzing where you're at, looking at where you're at, and then doing something about it. Be proactive, do something about it. And I think that's pretty much it. That was all of my notes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this talk. Oh, I'm going to post, hey, I made it through without blowing my nose. Woo! That was like my prayer. Okay. Because I was like, y'all don't want to hear that. I'm going to post a little question after this for you guys to engage in. And I'm going to choose a winner from it, and the winner is going to get, I thought I'd give you a variety pack. Sometimes I like full sheets, but I actually like half sheets more if I'm winning a prize because I get a variety. So the winner is going to get a variety pack of half sheets and 15 minutes of coaching time with me, which I'm sure I'm probably nervous about because, hey, coaching makes me nervous, but I'll be faking it on the phone with you. Whoever gets that time. So, all right. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. Look forward to our talk later tonight by Rachel Pennington. See you guys later.